I was hearing typing sounds in the middle of the night, but I'm the only one up. So I turned around to see if my boyfriend woke up. But he wasn't, so I started recording his phone. Tries to guess password. Math. 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 Spooky. Pose. 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 Since no one said it, demon looking snatched. Pose. Turns on flashlight.
Alright, going randonauting, and it took us to this shady park in the middle of nowhere, so let's see what we find. All we see so far is like trees, a bridge. I think we have to go over this bridge, and our location's a little down there. What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? Should we keep going? What the fuck? Oh my god, is she following us?
It's getting dark. Where are you, Joey? Joey, are you in the basement?
Please tell me you see that ghost. Right before the video ends, there is someone in a black dress walking down the stairs. So scary. Rewatch it, you'll see what I'm saying. Also, click the plus icon for daily ghost videos.
Never.
So in this video, there's allegedly a kid ghost playing with the ball. Now, I've watched this video a few times and I'm gonna believe it. If you look closely, there's no way that a ball can move like that because of draft or wind. If you watch it again, you'll see the ball bounces. This is definitely a ghost kid. Rewatch the video and tell me if you see it too. Click the plus icon for daily ghost videos.
Tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me. Oh, tiptoe from the garden, by the garden, along the lane.
I'm not down for that. And I blame.
Okay, I'm free.
Oh my god. Did you see that? Oh my god! To us, so it's not like bad.
What it is.
Bit. And
What? Oh my heart.
you'll have doors opening and closing, drawers opening. A little blow on the back of my head.
Who's Connie?
That's Connie.
Baby, there's nobody here.
No, that's Connie. Show them, Connie.
No, show.
I can confirm that this is a true story. In 2004, a 16-year-old boy who was staying with a friend in their cabin up in New Hampshire was having a hard time falling asleep. Around 3 a.m., he was still awake, and he remembers thinking how eerily quiet and totally pitch black the house was. And that's when he heard it. The front door opens and someone comes inside and begins walking through the house down the hallway right outside of his door where it stops. The door opens and the boy is instantly petrified because in walks this tall, shadowy figure that marches to the center of the room and then bows onto the ground and disappears. The boy stays up all night, terrified that this thing's gonna re-emerge and just look at him. Finally, he hears his friend's mom making coffee in the kitchen, so he runs out to tell her what happened. The whole time he's explaining what happened, she's just looking at him with sympathy in her eyes. And finally she says, "My husband visited me last night too." Her husband was dead, and I was that 16-year-old boy.
Here's a test to see if you, or maybe even a friend, has coulrophobia. Coulrophobia is the extreme or irrational fear of clowns. This video is going to be split up into 3 different levels, level 1 being the easiest and level 3 being the hardest. Here's level 1. If this scares you, you have a small fear of clowns. A group of friends are exploring in the woods when suddenly they realize they're not alone. They start looking around and they notice there's a guy in a clown mask. They try to get his attention, but this is what happened.
Tell me you see that guy. Oh my god. No shit. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Shh. 1. Oh my god, it's turning around. Right.
Here's level 2. If this video scares you, you have a medium fear of clowns. A guy and his friend are just walking around at night when suddenly they hear something in the bushes. Both of them turn their cameras on, and this is what happened.
What are you doing? I want to get past. I want to go home.
Here's level 3. If this video scares you, you have an extreme fear of clowns. A woman is sleeping in her bed when suddenly a security camera picks something up in the window. Watch very closely, it's really hard to see. If you love scary content, you're gonna love this app called Yarn. Yarn is an app where you can literally dive into horror stories and you can be the main character. And the cool thing is, it's like an interactive video, so you can watch these stories unfold as you control them. I was playing a little bit earlier and fell in love with the app, so if you want the app, click the link in my bio to download the app called Yarn. If you guys want to see more like this, make sure to like and click that follow button. I will see you guys later with a brand new video.
Alright, follow the hot sauce, or say something embarrassing. Follow the bear just moved.
What?
Oh my god!
Back when we caught a whole ghost on camera.
Okay guys, so I've been seeing this trend go around where people put their speaker in the cupboard and they play a scary noise and they have their significant other come in the kitchen and get something and that scary noise plays. So I'm gonna be doing that to Eric. Babe, yeah. I have to go to the bank and then I'm gonna go to the grocery store. Can you clean the kitchen counters? I'll be back. I'll be back. Let's go.
What the fuck, dude? How am I gonna fucking clean this shit?
Can you find me?
What the fuck?
Can you find me?
Oh, hell no, bro.
I'm here.
Bitch, where?
Behind you. Behind you.
Oh, stop, babe! Babe!
I forgot my keys.
Fuck you!
What is wrong?
You didn't kiss me when you left!
If you scare easily, swipe on. In 1989, a woman started hearing strange banging sounds in her walls and in the ceiling, and then one night the crawl space to her attic was open, so she went to go have a look. When she's just feet away, an old man suddenly appears in the crawl space and looks her dead in the eye before vanishing. There was nobody else in the house. Worried no one's going to take her seriously over an apparent ghost in her house, she ends up calling a paranormal investigator. When the paranormal crew arrived, they were actually very skeptical until they heard loud banging in the attic and they decided to go up and have a look. As soon as the two men get up into the attic, one of them screams and suddenly disappears. The other, who didn't have a flashlight, starts using the flash on his camera to illuminate the attic. And he takes one of the most famous pictures in paranormal history. His partner, who was in total shock, had been lifted off the ground and tied to one of the beams. That was the last night the woman ever stayed in the house. However, it's still being rented out today, but nobody stays longer than 1 or 2 months.
Leah was 2 years old. She talked with amazing clarity about how she had died underwater. Is that true?
Yeah, it is. We were driving in the car. She was in the back seat, in her car seat.
How old is she now?
She's 5. She'll be 6 Friday.
Okay.
So we're driving in the car, And she says, Mommy, this is just like where I died. Like, real excited, not upset or anything, just kind of very matter of fact. And,
At 2 years old?
Yeah, she was about 2 3/4.
So then you say, honey, you didn't die.
I said, well, Leah, what are you talking about? She goes, she says, I was in my car and it fell off the bridge in the water and I died. And so I pulled off the road because I was a little stressed. And she said, and I said, well, where was Mama? And she said, you weren't with me that time. Which
This is what your 2-year-old said.
Yeah, she did. That got the exclamation points going. And I said, well, who was driving the car then? And she said, I was big. I could reach the pedals. And she has no clue that you need pedals to drive a car. She's 2. She's in the car seat. You know, there's like no way she could know that. And I said, well, what happened? And she described, she said, well, I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. And she is absolutely a fanatic about seatbelts. Everyone in our presence that knows us, she is going to make sure they have a seatbelt on. She will not get in the car without one. And neither will anyone else. And she said, well, I didn't have my seatbelt on, and I fell out of the car. And she said, and she put her hand up on her, and she said, Mommy, I was laying on the rocks. I could feel the rocks on my head. And she said, and see the shiny bridge. And she points up. She's looking up. And she says, see the shiny bridge and the bubbles going up. She could see the bubbles. And she has she has never seen television at that point in her life at all. And how would she have any knowledge of bubbles rising? You know, she doesn't swim. She doesn't put her face in the water. And she said, I could see the bubbles going up and see the sun on the bridge through the water.
This is what your 2.
Tiptoe by the window, that is where I'll become tiptoe through the tulips with me.
So I found this little basement. It's freaking weird. Oh my god!
Creepy facts you probably didn't want to know. Part 4. No one knows who lives in this house, named the John Lawson House. Every day, this porch is occupied by a varying number of female mannequins. The number of mannequins, the positions that they're in, and the clothes that they're wearing changes from day to day. No one knows who's moving them or why. However, people do believe that the mannequins are there to convey a message. In 1871, a train crashed just 200 feet away from this house. It killed 22 people. And for some reason, the mannequins are always pointing in the direction of the crash.